Mimi, thank you.
Well, communities in Hamilton County are making some big decisions this morning that could change your child's school.
Westfield, Carmel, and Sheridan, they're all voting on referendums today. Carlos Diaz is at the Clay Township Government Center this morning with a closer look. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning, Julia. It's hard to imagine that schools on the city's affluent north side could be hurting for cash, but that could be the case if residents in Westfield, Carmel, and Sheridan vote no today. We're talking about school tax referendums where there are 150 teaching jobs on the line. Now, in Westfield, they could be considered a victim of their own success. One of the city's fastest growing school districts in the state, school buildings are currently having little or no room for growth. And Westfield Superintendent Dr. Sherry Great says even if not more than one more home is built in Westfield, there will still be 800 additional students that need to be serviced right now.
We've grown 1,000 students since 2012, and our forecast in our demographic study is that we could anticipate up to 1,700 students in the next 5 to 10 years. So the need for building additional classroom space to address the capacity challenges that we're facing is what this referendum is really all about.
Now, the Westfield School District is asking typical homeowners for roughly $300 in additional tax dollars a year to pay for about $90 million worth of school improvements and expansions. If voters say no to the tax increase today, the school district's plan B could be to buy and install 68 temporary classrooms. Now, if voters approve a tax increase today, Westfield's not going to waste any time, possibly getting started on new construction this summer. Now, for a list of all the polling locations on the north side in Carmel, Westfield, and Sheridan, you can simply go to WTHR.com for that list. And guys, coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to examine how Carmel, one of the richest cities in the entire state of Indiana, is hurting for cash enough that it cannot afford to pay its own teachers. Ben and Julia?
Yeah, it is a crazy story. Lots to focus on today. We know parents are busy, but take a second to understand what's happening here because it will have a big effect. Carlos, thank you so much for breaking it down. Now, as we mentioned, voting does get underway this morning for a referendum in Sheridan. Now, parents there, they have been attending meetings as well to decide whether or not they want to increase property taxes to pay for schools. The plan calls for a 25-cent hike on property taxes. Now, that extra money would then go to maintaining schools, classrooms, teachers, and even the after-school program. So, again, voting gets underway in all those districts at 6 o'clock this morning. It's 5